Hey beautiful people, you're welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to sew this easy and beautiful dress. Just in a few minutes, you can have this dress made for yourself and you can use it with the belt or without the belt. So stick with me and let's get right into the video. So the first thing I do is to measure the length of the dress. That means how long or how short I want it to be. So I'll go ahead and do that and cut it out. The next thing I do is to measure the shoulder of the dress. So I'll go ahead and mark that out. Just know the shoulder you measure is divided by 2. That's you measure your shoulder and divide it by 2 and place the measurement there. And then go ahead and measure the bust also divided by 4. So the bust measurement will be divided by 4 and you go ahead and put it there. What do I mean by divided by 4? I mean when you take the round of your busts, you go ahead and divide it by 4 and then put the measurement out there. And also remember to put in your allowance. Always put in either 1 inches or 2 inches allowance. And because this dress is a free dress, I'm going ahead to put 3 inches allowance from my normal bust measurements. That's to make sure that the dress is free and easy to wear. So just go ahead and do that. After doing that, you go ahead and measure your waist measurement. After measuring your waist, you go ahead and pull it down. So it's an A-line dress. So from your waist measurements, you go ahead and pull it, just an A shape. You pull it in an A shape all the way down. So for the downside, because I want it to have a curve, I go ahead and go up with 5 inches and then go ahead and draw out the curve. The next thing I do is to draw out the armhole. Yeah, I use the measurement of 8.5 for the armhole, taking it from the shoulder all the way to where I measure the cut of the busts. So I go ahead and draw out my armhole. And the next thing I do is to go ahead and cut it all out. So after doing that, I go ahead and pin up the one that I've already cut out because I want to place it and cut the back and I don't want it to move. That's why I'm doing this pin. So go ahead and pin them together so it can be stable and not move. Then I go ahead and place it on another fabric and go ahead and cut out the exact same thing. I pin it also so it doesn't move, so everything can be equal, can be the same. Then I go ahead and cut out the exact same thing. And the back of the dress is ready. The next thing is to measure out the neckline. What kind of neckline do I want for this? I want the front to have a V-neck and I want the back to have a square neck, So I go ahead and measure that out. So I use 3.5 for the breadth of the neckline and then I go ahead and use 7 for the length of the neckline. So in measuring this neckline, I'm going ahead to measure the two together while they are still placed, and then I'll go ahead and open up one part and the front part and do the other side. So I measured the back first, which is the square neck, and then I went ahead to do the front afterwards, which is the V-neck. I did it this way so they can have the same breadth. I don't want that to shake. So this is me doing the front part, cutting out the front part first, and then I'll go ahead and cut out the back of the neckline, which is a square neckline. The next thing is to measure the slant of the shoulder. So for the slant of the shoulder, I just came down with 1 inch and then I pulled it from the neckline to the end of the shoulder. So yeah, so just like so. Let's go ahead and do the same, just to give the shoulder slants. And this is how it looks like after cutting. Then I'll go ahead and stitch together. So before stitching, I go ahead and make the facing for the neckline. So to make the facing, I place the cutout neck, the part that we cut out from the neck. I go ahead and place it on another fresh fabric folded into two and cut out the exact thing out. After cutting that out, I'll go ahead and measure how long I want the facing to be. I used about 3 inches here because I want it to, be able to stay inside and not come out. So basically made just 3 inches facing, and I don't want it to also be too much. So this is just the right amount of facing that I want. So I go ahead and do it this way. If you have any questions on facing, then go ahead and ask me and I can explain in detail. So I do the same thing for the back also. Place the cutouts neck part on a fresh fabric and then go ahead and measure how much facing I want and then cut it out. And that's how you cut a facing for a dress or a top. So move over to the machine and we start sewing. So the first thing we sew is the facing. So I go ahead and pin the facing to the neckline and go ahead and sew it down. So I'm going to be, doing a long stitch all the way to the end of the neckline. So I'll do that for the front and also for the back. After sewing it, I go ahead and do a top stitch. This is to make it the facing to stay, very flat inside. So I do an inner top stitch, open it up and top stitching it flat on the neckline. So I go ahead and join the front and the back with the shoulder. So I place it together and join the front and the back. So this is how it looks with the shoulders joined and the facing. Yeah, that's how it looks. The next thing I do is to remeasure the shoulder because after cutting out the neckline, the shoulder sort of increases. So I go ahead and remeasure the shoulder to be sure that the shoulder is still the same. Or if it's not, I'll go ahead and cut out the excess. So that's what I'm doing. I'm pinning it together so I can cut out the excess, and then I'll go ahead and fold the shoulder. So after folding the shoulder, I'll go ahead and give a long stitch down the sides of the dress. So after sewing the sides, I go ahead and fold the down part of the dress. So as you can see, this dress is very easy to make. No much stress about it. So once we finish folding the down side, we're done sewing the skirts. Very easy, no stress. And you can do this in about an hour. Highest is about an hour, the whole cutting and the sewing process. And you can end up doing about 3, 4, 5 of those dress. If you want to sell it, you can do 3 to 4, 5 dresses, using this method. So very easy without issues. And if you have any questions on sewing this dress, please send me a message, just comment, and I'll be right here to explain any step you need explained to you. Okay, so do well to like this video, share this video with someone who's learning to sew, and also subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit your notification bell because I'm going to be posting lots of videos you don't want to miss. Okay, so I went ahead to sew a belt also for the dress, and this is how it looks. Very beautiful, very easy, without stress. It's a very easy dress, and you can do the same. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Thank you.